Welcome back to the English Blend.
Today, we are talking about a feeling everyone has.
Absolutely. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew the perfect English word, but your mouth just wouldn't say it?
Absolutely. It's like a grammar ghost possessed me. I freeze up.
Exactly. That horrible moment when you're thinking, is it was or were, and then the whole sentence vanishes.
The silence is deafening, Mia. It feels like everyone is judging your mistake.
Right? That fear of making a mistake is what holds so many English learners back.
We hear this constantly from our listeners. They know the grammar, but they lack the confidence to use it.
And that is why today's episode is titled English for Confidence. Sound fluent, not perfect.
We want to help you let go of the pressure of perfection.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo.
Welcome to the English Blend. We help you practice listening and speaking through realistic, easy-to-understand conversations.
Today, we enter the topic of breaking the perfection barrier.
So grab your coffee, maybe a notebook, and let's dive into how to speak English with true confidence.
Let's start with that keyword, Mia. Confidence.
Good idea. We often think of confidence as being brave or loud.
But when we talk about language learning, confidence is much simpler.
For us, confidence is simply the belief that your message will be understood, even if the language is messy.
It's accepting that the goal is communication, not a flawless performance.
Think of it like driving. A confident driver knows they might hit a bump, but they keep their eyes on the road and trust they'll get to their destination.
That's a great analogy. The perfection trap, however, is trying to calculate every turn precisely before you even start the engine.
The perfection trap is the fear that stops you from speaking entirely.
It's that voice saying, wait, check the verb conjugation, check the tense, check the preposition.
And by the time you've checked everything, the conversation has moved on. You lost your chance.
Exactly, you missed the entire point of the interaction.
I remember when I was learning Spanish, I had this exact problem. I had all the textbooks memorized.
Oh, tell us the story. I love your learning stories.
Okay, I went to a cafe and I wanted to order a specific pastry. I rehearsed the sentence in my head perfectly.
A perfect textbook sentence.
Yes, but the waiter asked me a follow-up question that I hadn't prepared for.
Uh-oh, did you freeze?
I froze solid. I just stared at him and mumbled, good? Which made no sense at all.
That is so relatable, the feeling of the brain shutting down under pressure.
My fear of using the wrong verb made me use no verbs. I sounded ridiculous.
The key insight here is that when you focus on perfection, you are focusing on yourself and your performance.
But when you focus on fluency and confidence, you are focusing on the other person and the message.
Shifting that focus is the most important mental step. It's a mental game.
It absolutely is. And this leads us perfectly to the myth of the native speaker.
A lot of learners believe that sounding fluent means sounding exactly like someone from London or New York.
They think if they use the wrong idiom or have an accent, they have failed.
Fun fact alert. Did you know that the majority of conversations in English happening today are between two non-native speakers?
That's right. English is the global language of business, travel, and the internet. It belongs to everyone.
When you speak English with someone from Japan, Brazil, or Germany, they are not judging your pronunciation against a BBC announcer.
They are listening for meaning. They're focused on understanding your amazing idea or your interesting travel story.
And guess what? Native speakers make mistakes all the time. We use slang incorrectly. We mix up there, and there in writing. And we pause a lot.
We use like, and constantly. These are called filler words.
Filler words are perfectly natural conversational pauses. They show you are thinking, not failing.
If a native speaker says, I went to the store and I totally forgot my wallet, nobody thinks they are failing at English. We just understand the situation. They forgot their wallet. The communication was successful.
So your goal should be clarity, not accent perfection or grammar perfection. Clarity means the listener grasps your main idea.
Focus on expressing your thoughts clearly, even if the sentences are simple. A simple, correct sentence is 1,000 times better than a complex, rehearsed one that falls apart.
Exactly. Use the English you have right now. Don't wait until you have perfect English.
So let's get into the practical side. How do we turn this mindset into actionable steps?
We have 5 solid tips to help you sound fluent and feel confident starting today.
These are our favorite tools we share with learners who feel stuck.
This is huge. Stop focusing only on input, listening, and reading. You need output.
We challenge you to commit to 5 minutes of focused speaking every day.
It doesn't have to be with a person. It can be talking to your pet, talking to the mirror, or narrating your lunch preparation.
For example, while making coffee, say out loud, "I am heating the water. Now I put the coffee grounds in the filter. I am waiting for the coffee to brew."
It forces your brain to switch into production mode. No grading, just speaking.
It trains your mouth and brain to work together faster.
Question for clarification. Does the 5-minute rule need to be about the day's events, or can it be random?
It can be totally random. The topic doesn't matter. The act of speaking does. If you want to describe a shoe, go for it.
This might sound scary, but it is incredibly powerful.
Use your phone's voice recorder. Do your 5-minute talk from tip 1 and record it.
Listen back to your own voice. You are your own best teacher.
You won't be checking for mistakes. You'll be checking for stumbles and pauses. Where did you hesitate? Where did you lose your thought?
Then, simply record the same 5 minutes again, trying to flow more smoothly through those tricky parts.
You are training flow, not correctness. This is key for fluency.
We mentioned these earlier. Filler words are your friends.
They are the oil that keeps the conversational engine running.
Use expressions like, you know, well, right, and I mean.
These small words buy your brain precious seconds to find the next vocabulary item.
They make you sound natural, friendly, and less robotic. They signal that you are still participating even while searching for a word.
It sounds much more confident to say, "The meeting was, really long," than to have 2 seconds of silence while you try to remember the word extended.
Exactly. Silence communicates, I failed. Filler words communicate, I'm thinking.
Don't try to build every sentence from scratch. Have a toolkit of simple structures ready.
Learn how to express common concepts using reliable, simple forms.
For agreeing, use, "That sounds like a great idea," or "I totally agree."
For expressing opinion, use "in my opinion" or "I think that."
These are your go-to templates. When you need to speak quickly, reach for a template you know is grammatically solid. This greatly reduces the mental load and frees up your brain to focus on the content.
Summary check. So we've covered output practice, 5 minutes, self-correction, recording, using natural pauses, fillers, and relying on simple structures, templates.
That's 4 great steps. Let's add one more.
You need a place where the stakes are low, a place where mistakes are celebrated, not feared.
This could be an online language exchange partner, a friend learning the same language, or a tutor.
The goal is to find someone who is explicitly okay with you making errors.
Set the expectation. I'm practicing fluency today. Please don't interrupt me for every small grammar mistake.
Practicing in a safe environment builds muscle memory without the stress of a professional situation.
Once you are comfortable making mistakes in your safe space, transitioning that confidence to real life becomes much easier.
Now that we have the practical steps, let's boost our vocabulary related to trying new things and speaking up.
We're focusing on 2 to 3 useful phrases or idioms that relate to confidence and action.
This is a fantastic idiom. If you bite your tongue, it means you stop yourself from saying something, often because you are nervous or afraid it will be wrong.
It physically feels like you're holding back words in your mouth.
Example sentence. I wanted to correct his pronunciation, but I bit my tongue because I didn't want to make him uncomfortable.
Our advice for confidence is stop biting your tongue. Let the words out.
This phrase means to take a risk or actively participate in something, especially publicly. It requires bravery.
If you want to improve your confidence, you absolutely have to put yourself out there.
It means signing up for that presentation, joining that conversation, or maybe even starting a podcast.
Example sentence. It was scary to give this speech in English, but I decided to put myself out there.
It relates directly to our tips. The 5-minute rule is about putting yourself out there in a small way.
This is a simple, common phrase, meaning try it or attempt it.
When you lack confidence, the barrier to action feels huge. This phrase encourages small attempts.
Instead of saying, I can't do this, you should say, I'll give it a shot.
Example sentence. I don't know if this recipe will work, but I'll give it a shot anyway.
It's low-pressure language. It implies that trying is more important than succeeding perfectly.
Wow, Leo, this was a really important conversation for our listeners.
I agree. If we had to summarize the entire episode in one sentence, what would it be?
Focus on fluency and clarity, not flawless perfection. Your audience cares about your message, not your grammar scorecard.
We talked about defining confidence as the belief that your message will be understood.
And we discussed the reality that English is a global language, and mistakes are normal, even for native speakers.
We gave you 5 practical steps: the 5-minute output rule, recording yourself, using filler words, using sentence templates, and finding a safe space, the buddy system.
And remember those useful phrases? Stop biting your tongue, put yourself out there, and always give it a shot.
Confidence is like a muscle. It only gets stronger through consistent use and a willingness to accept small failures.
Don't wait for perfection. Start practicing with confidence today. Try the 5-minute rule right after listening to this episode.
We really appreciate you joining us for the English Blend.
Thank you for listening. If you loved these tips, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
That was a great talk.
Yes, see you in the next episode of the English Blend.
Next time, we are tackling a fun, tricky subject: English prepositions. Don't miss it.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon.